I don't know.
So, what we are traveling blacksmiths, effectively. We go where the Army needs us to. We are signed on with the Army. And we do whatever repair projects they may need in order to keep the Army moving. We're specifically associated with an artillery unit. So every 6 guns that make up a battery gets 1 forge that travels with it. We also get hired on at a specific rank. We're not exactly privates. So we're artificers. It comes from the word artifact. The way they designate us with that is people who have the special trades like we do: carpenters, leather workers, blacksmiths, wheelwrights. Any idea what they make?
Wheels.
Coopers?
Barrels?
Barrels, exactly, yeah. The leather workers would actually be tack makers, right? You ever heard of horse, like tack for horses? Yeah. With all the leather traces and everything that they put on them? Because in order to move this from location to location, how do we get it mobile?
Horses.
Horses, right there.
Up to older horses. Anybody have an idea of how many men make up a whole battery, a 6-gun battery?
10 maybe?
So to make a 6-gun battery, you need about 125 soldiers. How many horses do you think you need to pull all the equipment associated with a 6-gun battery?
40. 40.
125, almost the exact same amount of horses as men.
Oh my gosh.
Now, the other thing that they use is mules. So mules would be the alternative to horses in order to move stuff around. But again, you have the same issue that you're running into, where you still got to take care of all these animals. Now, with the horses, what's one of the things that you need for the horses?
Carriages.
Okay, what else do they need? We would supply.
Yeah.
Shoes?
Food.
Horseshoes, right? The men also have horseshoes on their foot. Why do they have horseshoes on their feet?
So then it's easier for them to go out there and move on the terrain.
What's the sole of your shoe made out of?
Rubber.
Rubber? Okay. Do I have rubber readily accessible back then in order to make shoe soles?
Nope.
Back in 1860. What do I have? What am I making?
Metal.
Not fabric, leather, exactly. So I'm making my shoe soles out of leather. If I'm walking around constantly on these soles, what's going to happen to them?
Gonna wear out.
So that's why they come up with the heel plates that we wear on the bottom of our shoes. Now, the blacksmith is responsible for taking and manufacturing these heel plates, installing these heel plates onto their shoes. They're also responsible for the horseshoes as well, where they go through and we will have to take and maintain the horse's hooves. Now we can make the horseshoes, but the maintaining of them on the horses, that's more of a veterinary thing. So you actually have people who are dedicated to taking care of the horses in and of themselves. Any idea what I'm using to mark my metal with, by the way? It's a stone, I'll tell you that much.
Granite.
Feel it? Nope.
Limestone.
Nope.
Wait, can I see?
Yeah.
Isn't this crystal?
Begins with an S.
Oh,
Sandstone.
Sandstone.
Soapstone. Feels like soap, doesn't it? Has a little bit of shocky feel of soap.
I can't get a picture.
This is a.
I can't find that. There's the other.
This is the natural method that they would use in order to
It's the only
mine
thing I'm in the picture.
because soapstone
I still do.
will actually withstand the high temperature conditions.
I still do.
Pretty interesting texture to it, huh? So when that comes out of the fire, even though I'm sitting up here and I'm at 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit inside of the fire.
Wow.
So even though I'm up that hot, this soapstone will not wear away because it's a rock effect. So I use that in order to mark my locations to know where I've got to bend it. And ideally what it also tells me is where in the fire I got to place it.
Where are you? What are you making?
So I'm actually working on a hanger stand right now, and I'm trying to duplicate one that was originally made. So what it boils down to is I've got a placard that needs to be hung up, and I need to have two signposts for that placard, and they need to match each other. So a common thing that the blacksmith has to do on a regular basis is duplication work. That's a thing you have to get really good at in order to be an excellent smith. So you hear the airflow that's going through the fire right now, right? Do you know how the airflow moves to a blacksmith? Yep, it's called a bellows. So why don't you guys all take a walk around the back and actually see it moving? This is a special kind called a double bellows.
Oh my God, this is
This is all filled up with air. Yep. That's a little pair. Okay, so in here, there's actually two of these. All right. So when Chris is working the lever, he's like it's full right now, and then when he lifts the lever, this top one fills up with air. That's what you see working. So as the bottom one goes down, then he pulls up on it, the top one fills up. So it's constant flow. And it's just leather in there, and it's all air, and then it goes out to the front of the fire and makes the fire hot. Alright? Yeah, you guys go back up front. Now, the metal wants to work at an ideal temperature. Right, so you see how the color changes as I'm going through and hammering on the metal?
Yeah.
Okay. How hot do you think the metal is?
Over 1,000 degrees.
700 to 2,000.
1,050.
So the red area that's right there right now, between 1,200 and 1,300 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very dull red right now. It turns to a black iron color at about 900 to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Below 900 degrees Fahrenheit, it's all black iron all the way down to room temperature. So going up, I can go all the way up in colors and know where I am until I reach the melting point of the steel as well. What's that? So this is called my quench bucket. It's also called my slack tub. A couple different terms, same exact purpose. But what we do with it is we use that to cool down sections that we don't want heated up. So for instance, if I'm going to be hammering on the back part here, and I don't want this part to get damaged by my hammering because it's a fine detail part, I just cool that off. Now what happens is, this is hot metal back here, this is cold metal up here, right? Which part's going to be more inclined to move? The hot part or the cold
The
part?
back.
The hot part. Now, Johnny, would you care to explain why the hot metal moves a lot easier?
Molecules. Oh my gosh, molecules it's my favorite thing
We're
in the
doing
whole...
this right now in science. This is great.
Oh,
Write it
all
down,
right.
everybody. Write it down.
All right, so make sure you remember this now. You're never going to forget this molecule lesson. I look at molecules, and by the way, I'm a retired high school principal, okay? So I wasn't a good science teacher. Molecules. What we know about molecules is they like to be together, right? They like to bond with each other. I look at it this way. Boyfriend, girlfriend, walking down the hallway, holding hands, right? Holding hands. All of a sudden, you say to another girl, hey, how's it going? What does your girlfriend do? She gets crazy in the brain. She breaks up with you. She lets go of your hand. She's all mad. When we heat up the molecules, they start to move, and they eventually break up. That's when the metal becomes soft, and John and I and Chris can shape it any way we want. Well, all of a sudden, you say to your girlfriend, it was my cousin.
Oh God.
So now, your girlfriend says, oh, okay, I didn't realize she was your cousin. So what happens? You go back to being lovey-dovey, holding hands walking down the hall. As you cool the metal off, those molecules, instead of being all mad at each other, all of a sudden fall back in love and hold hands and bond back together. All right, so that's Mr. B's molecule.
As a science teacher, that's an awesome explanation.
There you go. He's been here before. He's heard this, so. But that's molecule. So, now you can see why I wasn't really a science teacher. I was, Never forget that lesson. I guarantee you. 20 years from now. Talk about
How long does it take to make a barrel of a gun, of a musket?
A barrel of what?
Of a musket.
Musket.
How
Yeah.
long does it take to make a barrel of a musket?
So, gunsmithing in and of itself is a separate job, and gunsmiths themselves will be, at that point in time in the 1860s, they're traditionally going to be making what's called a Damascus barrel. They can, if you're a good smith, your time frame to make that is probably going to be something around a barrel a day.
Oh wow.
It's not a fast process because what you're doing is you're actually taking and hammer welding the steel together. But where that would occur is not in the field, for instance, and we would not repair guns in the field. Where that would likely occur is at a specific location known as the arsenals, which are your supply areas, supply depots, effectively. Now, arsenals are a wholly different area in and of themselves because they're not only a place that you go and you get all of your equipment associated with the Army sent to. It gets inspected there. It gets distributed from these arsenals. Then the same arsenals that they had during the Civil War are actually still in place today. If you talk about some of them, one of the more common ones is actually down in Alabama. It's called Redstone Arsenal. It was a Civil War arsenal that was distributing back then, and it still is distributing military equipment to this day. You got the mold out, right? The lead's ready. So, you saw me working with steel. You see the crucible that we have sitting inside of the fire here, right? I have a liquid metal inside of there.
Wait, you do?
What's that liquid metal? What is a metal that melts at low temperatures?
Aluminum?
Mercury.
One of them. Keep going.
Mercury.
Lead.
So that's like some type of metal.
What is that?
Yeah. So, what do they make the lead out of? Or what do they make the lead into? What are we using lead for? Yep. So we have a bullet mold here. This bullet mold is a 2-bullet mold. It's got 2 holes, two cast wells inside of itself. When they would make them for the Army, they would traditionally pour them in 50 or 100 molds. So that would literally be rows of these that they would just take the lead pot open and just pour it over all of them in order to cast them.
It's liquid lead. It's about 900 degrees right now.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, don't touch it. No, don't.
Yeah, you don't want to touch it.
Please. I want to eat it.
I want to touch it, but I know the problem is not to touch it. You'll pretty much just have a mouth involved. Why did you put it back in the box?
Wait, it didn't like
Whoa,
crystal
what?
lights?
But the block is a heat sink, right? So the block is going to draw the heat out of there. That's what caused it so quickly to move from a liquid back to a solid state. Yeah. Another one asked if they can have bullets.
Yeah.
Remember what I said I did for a living?
High school
I was a retired high school principal. Now, if I give a kid a bullet, what would tomorrow's headline of the paper be? Principal gives kids bullets. Not good.
But you're not a principal right now.
Not good, but I always go back to work, so you never know. No, I can't give it. It's not a good thing. It's not good for our careers.
Can we just have one as like a token or like a souvenir?
All right, you guys are going to see Doc next. Enjoy. Still
All right.
entertaining.
All right. Have a good day.